Okay, I think that was right. Standard tuning with a capo at the first fret. Let's talk about the right hand. So the way I played it, and this is what it sounds like to me, is that it's a pattern of your thumb is going to play whatever the low string of the chord is, and then your index finger swipes back playing the B and the G strings, the second and the third strings, almost always. Sometimes it drifts down here to the G and the D, the third and the fourth, but generally it's up there. And it's always just alternating, and it's like thumb, index, thumb, index, thumb, index, thumb, index. Sometimes the thumb is very exactly playing just the low string, and sometimes it's sort of strumming itself, so it's playing more like the two lowest strings, you know? So sometimes you kind of hear this, and sometimes it's more like... you could do those high strings with your index and middle and pluck them both instead of the little strumming thing, so that would sound like this. I don't think that's what it is. That sounds more like it, but if you like playing that way better, you could do it that way. Okay, so the first chord is this C kind of chord. First finger on the second fret of the D, second finger on the third fret of the A, third finger on the third fret of the B. And the first finger doesn't probably technically need to be there because on this one you really just hear the thumb pluck the A string and then the index swipe back on the G and the B. That's always how C is played. But I like putting the first finger down because then if I do play it more like that, I get this nice chord. That goes to an A7, so first finger, that's another thing. If you're playing like that, then you can just keep your first finger there. First finger on the second fret of the D, second finger on the second fret of the B. This A7. That's for 2 bars also, so this is for 2 bars. And then this one's for 2 bars, A7. And then it's gonna go to G, played like this. First finger on the second fret of the A, second finger on the third fret of the low E, third finger on the third fret of the B. This one sometimes, there's a lot of cool mistakes in this demo. I mean, whatever. Things that are played funny, but like then changed. And sometimes this is played. The A string is played as the bottom note of this chord, and then sometimes the E string. And then sometimes sort of both. That's only for 1 bar, and then it goes to an E minor, and on the E minor, thumb on the, even though E is in that chord, thumb on the A. So G chord, E minor, and then it goes to A minor 7. First finger on the first fret of the B, second finger on the second fret of the D, and that's for two measures. And then it just repeats that. C for 2 measures, A7 for 2 measures, G for 1 measure, E minor for 1 measure, A minor 7 for 2 measures. In the second verse, this hangs on for longer. It kind of like trails off 2 more bars. It gets real quiet before it goes into that last chorus. Okay, at the end of the first verse, there's this like thing that doesn't happen the second time, which is that it goes G. This is like a G over F sharp. First finger on the second fret of the low E, second finger on the second fret of the A. Thumb goes to these low strings. This is one of the places where the index now is, I think, strumming back on the G and the D instead of the B and the D, B and the G. So this is a bar, this is a bar, and then it goes to E minor, this time with the low E, and sometimes the second finger of the E minor picks up. That goes right into the first chorus, and the chorus is C to G to A minor 7, and then C to G to A7. And that's the same, the second chorus. 1 bar on C, 1 bar on G, 2 bars on A minor 7, 1 bar on C, 1 bar on G, 2 bars on A7. Then there's like the instrumental part, which is another part that it's not exactly like any other part. It's C for 1 bar, G for 1 bar, E minor, A minor 7, C, A7. And a version of that happens at the end too, although at the end it's more like, so after the second chorus, I can't believe it goes to G, and then E minor, and then A7, and then does that C, G, A minor 7, and then it kind of, there's some parts where she picks a little bit, and then it kind of goes between A minor 7 and A7 and ends on a G. Okay, so yeah, sorry those parts are weird, the parts like after the choruses, but the verses and choruses are should be pretty clear. All right, let me know if you have any questions, and I hope that helps. Thank you very much.